Hey guys, what's going on? Jeffrey Bentley here once again for, what is it? It's Tuesday, which means it's time for more of Tongue Twister Tuesdays. And why do we do it on Tuesday? Because it's slightly better than Monday. So here we are again. So we're picking up where we left off last time with a Major General song, and we're going on to verse 2. So let's begin, shall we? Now, I hope you had fun with the first part, so we're moving on to the second part, because this song and its history, if you will, is just full of fun tongue twisters, because Gilbert and Sullivan were all about it. I mean, if you've heard this and if you've heard HMS Pinafore, you know that they're all about crazy rhythms with the tongue twisters. So, moving on to part 2. The point of why we're here today. Moving on to part 2, which is verse 2 of the Major General song. So let's begin. Now, the Major General starts in again by saying, I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradocs. I answer hard acrostics. It's not I have. I've a pretty taste for paradox. All right, let's try that again. Verse 2. I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradocs. I answer hard acrostics. I've a pretty taste for paradox. All right. Now let's take a deep breath and get these first two in one breath. I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradocs. See, I mess up too, so it's okay. So, the second verse is always the hardest for this song. So, I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradocs. I answer hard acrostics. I've a pretty taste for paradox. If you have to put some sort of movement into it to help you, that's okay too. So, I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradocs. I answer hard acrostics. I've a pretty taste for paradox. So there we go. Next one. I quote in Elegiacs. I quote in Elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus. In conics, I can floor peculiarities parabolus. Almost sounds like we're getting into Dr. Seuss right now, but these are actual words. So let's try this again. Now, this one's a little harder. I quote in Elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus. In conics, I can floor peculiarities parabolus. All right, let's try it a little faster. Do it in one breath. I quote in Elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus. In conics, I can floor peculiarities parabolus. Yeah? All right, next one. I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Gerardows and Zophanies. Now, you'll notice that it looks like Gerard Butler when it says Jared Dows, but it's pronounced Jared, from Jared Dows. So it's almost like the name Jared instead of Gerard. So there you go. And I had to find that out, and I'm just like, Gerard Dows. It throws off the rhythm when you try to pronounce it Gerard. So Jared Dows. So once again, I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Jared Dows and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Yeah. So one more time. I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Gerardows and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. All right. Try to do that in one breath. I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Gerardows and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. You see how I'm doing this? You can feel the rhythm. And it helps. It absolutely helps. And once you get that muscle memory, you don't have to do this anymore. But it helps. So, then we end with his line of, then I can hum a fugue in which I've heard the music's dinner for. And this is where he goes, one of those thought moments. Oh, dinner for, got it! And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense Pinafore. And you know how I mentioned HMS Pinafore earlier? I love that Gilbert not only Gilbert and Sullivan. Yes, I'm doing tongue twisters and I'm tripping over my own tongue. Let's do it together. But I love how Gilbert and Sullivan make fun of themselves because Pirates of Penzance is much better than HMS Pinafore. Just saying. So let's do that one again. It starts with "Then I Can Hum." Says, "Then I can hum a fugue in which I've heard the music's din afore, and whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense Pinafore." Now let's set up. Take a deep breath and do it in one breath. "Then I can hum a fugue in which I've heard the music's din afore, and whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense Pinafore." Of course, this is the part where it goes like, "Ooh, din afore, got it, and whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense Pinafore." And then he ends with, after everyone repeats him 3 times, and then he ends with, "Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform, and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform." All right? So, take it a little slower, but try to get it out in one breath, sir. "Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform." And when you get to Caractacus, that's a really fun part to roll your tongue, if you can. If not, you can push it off to the side. It's like Caractacus, and do whatever you need to do. But, put some attitude, put some stank on it, if you will. But yes, so a little faster. One breath again. "Then I can write a washing bill in See? I told you, the second verse is the hardest one. So, "Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform." And then it goes back to him going, "In short in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general." So there we go. And Sarah. So if you want to start at the beginning, we can do this as fast as possible. And let's see here. But first, let's just end with starting at "Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform." Let's try to get all 4 verses in one breath. So here we go. "Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform. In short in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general." See? Yeah, usually, the big breaths are when he is doing 4 verses at a time. He's allowed to take a breath. So let's start from the beginning of the second verse, and let's give it a shot. "I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradoc, I answer. Ha ha ha. Told you. Let's try it again. "I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradoc, I answer hard acrostics, I've a pretty taste for paradox, I quote in elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus, in conics I can floor peculiarities parabolas." Wow, that's a big one. "I can tell undoubted Raphaels and Gerardows and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes, and then I can..." Got the rhythm off. Here we go. "I can tell undoubted Raphaels and Gerardows and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. I can..." I'm missing the word then. I want to say and, but it's not and, it's then. Okay. I can tell undoubted Raphaels and Gerardows and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue in which I've heard the music din afore. Din afore, got it! And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense Pinafore. Tough stuff, right? But we've already done this one, so let's do it again. "Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform. In short, it matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general." Whew! That was a big one. So, yeah. Like I said, practice, comment down below. send a link of you trying to do this as well. And I look forward to seeing them. I am absolutely in awe of people who get these right away. And but yeah, I've known this song for years and I'm still learning it. So that's what it's all about, right? Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Tongue Twister Tuesdays.